Hello friends, and welcome to Mysteries of Culture's YouTube channel. Today we will see a top 10 largest countries in the world by area. Enjoy it! Number 10, Algeria. Area, 381,741 square kilometers, 919,595 square miles. Algeria is the 10th biggest country in the world, and the largest country in Africa. It is also one of the most arid countries on Earth. A large part of Algeria is covered by the Sahara, so most of the 40 million inhabitants live along the north coast. The country is quite hilly and mountainous, with two mountain ranges traversing the country. Number 9, Kazakhstan. Area, 2,724,902 square kilometers, 1,052,100 square miles. Kazakhstan is not only the home of Borat, but also the world's 9th largest country by area, and the largest country in the world surrounded only by land borders, except for the Caspian Sea. Kazakhstan was part of the Soviet Union, and became independent in 1991. Kazakhstan has many types of nature. 7,000 m high mountains, canyons, grasslands, steppe and more. The climate is a bit cold and dry in general, and the country has distinct seasons. Kazakhstan has a population of only 18 million, 2015, which is not that much for such a large country. Number 8, Argentina. Area, 2,796,427 square kilometers, 1,079,707 square miles. The second largest country in South America is Argentina. Like most countries of this size, it has many different types of nature, and you can find everything from snow-covered mountains to warm seashores. Since the country stretches far from the north to the south, the climate varies from subtropical to subarctic. Central Argentina has a temperate climate, like most of Europe. Argentina has a population of 43 million, 2015. The map also shows the area in Antarctica that Argentina claimed until 1959, when the Antarctic Treaty was signed and all countries had to waive their claims. Number 7, India. Area, 3,287,263 square kilometers, 1,269,219 square miles. India is the 7th largest and the second most populous country in the world. A total of 1.31 billion of people live in India. 2015, the Indian subcontinent slowly moves to the north and pushes against the rest of Asia, which is the reason the Himalaya rises like a roof in the northern parts of the country. Besides mountains, India has deserts, great plains, rainforests, beaches and many other types of landscapes. The climate is either dry or wet and always warm, except in the mountainous parts where it obviously is colder. Number 6, Australia. Area, 7,692,024 square kilometers, 2,969,907 square miles. Australia was in the 18th and 19th centuries literally invaded by Europeans, and they constitute the largest part of the 24 million inhabitants. 2015, today. The indigenous people of Australia, the Aboriginals, only constitute a fraction. The remaining population is mostly Asians. The southwestern parts of the nation has a temperate climate, while the rest of the continent is hotter. In the middle of Australia are several large deserts, and the population density is very low here. The deserts are surrounded by grasslands, which in turn are surrounded by forests. But in northwestern Australia, the desert reaches all the way to the coast. In the northeastern part of the country there are rainforests. Number 5, Brazil. Area, 8,515,767 square kilometers, 3,287,956 square miles. The largest country in South America, and the world's 5th largest country, is Brazil. With its 208 million inhabitants, 2015, it is also the world's 5th most populous country. Rainforests are typical for Brazil, as the entire northwestern part of Brazil is covered by the Amazon rainforest. The rest of the country is mainly covered by common forests and shrubbery. The climate is tropical throughout the country, except along the south where it is temperate. Number 4, China. Area, 9,600 square kilometers, 3,700,000 square miles, the largest of all countries in Asia, and fourth in the world, is China. China has the biggest population in the world, 1.38 billion, 2015. From 1979 China had a policy about having only one child. This policy was strict in some areas and looser in others. A survey in 2007 showed its extent. 36% were allowed only one child, mostly people in the cities. 53% were allowed 2 children if the first child was a girl. People in cities and rural areas, 10% were allowed 2 children regardless of the gender of the first child, mainly people in rural areas, and 2% were allowed as many children as they wanted, mainly Tibetans. The punishment for breaking the policy was mostly different kinds of fines. The policy led to newborn girls being abandoned, given away for adoption or murdered, since China's culture in different ways favors families with sons. In 2015, the one-child policy began to be phased out, mainly because there were now too many men, too few young and too many old. The landscape in China is very varied and hard to describe briefly. Generally, southeastern China is covered in forest, while northwestern China has grasslands, steppes and deserts. The light green areas on the map are Tibet and Taiwan, which involuntarily are under China's government. Number 3, United States. Area, 9,833,517 square kilometers, 3,796,742 square miles. The United States of America constitutes the middle part of the North American continent. It only borders to Canada in the north and Mexico in the south, with the exception of the 2 states of Alaska and Hawaii, which are far away from the rest of the country. Inland from the coast are deserts, steppes and mountain chains. The eastern half of the United States is flatter. Here, the southern part has a subtropical climate while the northern part has a temperate climate. USA has a population of 322 million people, 2015, which makes the country the third most populous in the world after China and India. Number 2, Canada. Area, 9,984,670 square kilometers, 3,855,100 square miles. Number 2 on the list of the largest sovereign states in the world is Canada. Canada has Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom as its monarch, but is still defined as a sovereign state. The Queen has power in certain rare situations, but she would hardly act against the Parliament of Canada if such situations would occur. The climate along the coasts close to the United States is somewhat like Northern Europe, while the middle part of Canada has a more considerable difference between summer and winter. The magnetic North Pole is in northern Canada. Canada has 36 million inhabitants, 2015, most of which live near the U.S. border. Number 1, Russia. Area, 17,098,246 square kilometers, 6,601,670 square miles. The largest country in the world, by far, is Russia. The country spans across all of northern Asia and parts of Europe. Russia has a population of 143 million people, 2015, which makes it the 9th most populous country in the world. Most of this big country consists of large, flat areas. To the south these areas are steppes, in the middle coniferous forests, and to the north tundra. There are also a fair amount of mountains, lakes and rivers. The largest part of the country has a temperate climate, but the northern parts, Siberia, has a subarctic climate with very cold winters. The north coast, which is often snow-covered all year round, has an Arctic climate. Okay guys, and that was all for today. If you enjoyed this video please press the like button, and if you like my channel just subscribe for more enjoyable content. Also, I have a question for you. Which of these countries would you like to live in? Please leave a comment.